On behalf of the Community Legal Services of Mid-Florida Board of Directors, CEO, staff, and the Pro Bono team, welcome to our inaugural virtual Pro Bono Awards celebration. I'm Claude Nelson, the Director of Pro Bono Services here at CLSMF, and I'll be your MC this afternoon, so you're going to see a lot of me. To get things started off today, I'd like to introduce a very well-known icon of our Pro Bono department. Most of you know her already, our Manager of Pro Bono Services, Lena Hopkins. Lena?
Good morning to everyone. Actually, good afternoon. Do all the good you can, by all the means you can, in all the ways you can, in all the places you can, at all the times you can, to all the people you can, as long as ever you can. The American Bar Association Standing Committee on Pro Bono and Public Services launched the National Celebration of Pro Bono 12 years ago as an annual opportunity to shine a spotlight on the amazing pro bono work by lawyers, paralegals, and law students across this country. As a part of the 2020 celebration, Community Legal Services held its first virtual walk-in legal advice clinic on October 28th, with over 40 attorneys and law students participating. We culminate our celebration today recognizing all of the good done by our pro bono volunteers. We are honored today to have with us, as we celebrate each of you, Patricia Lee Trish Rifo, President of the American Bar Association. Ms. Rifo is a partner at Snell & Wilmer in Phoenix, Arizona. She has held leadership positions in the ABA for more than 30 years, including chair of the House of Delegates and chair of the section of litigation, the ABA's largest practice group. She is an alumnus of the University of Michigan, where she received her BA and JD degrees. My fellow stewards of justice, please help me welcome Mrs. Patricia Lee Trish Rifo, the 144th President of the American Bar Association. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning, and thank you, Lena. I loved that introduction about all the goods that we all need to do. What an absolute pleasure and honor it is to join you for this Pro Bono Awards ceremony. The things we can do in a virtual world as I pop in to be with you from Phoenix, Arizona, still incarcerated in my house here, right? I'm delighted to be here and to help recognize today's incredible honorees who really are role models for all of us and frankly, heroes of our profession. Our honorees stand tall with all of the pro bono and legal aid lawyers who serve the most vulnerable in our communities every day. Today's event is of course an important part of this year's 12th annual celebration of pro bono. The ABA coordinates it every October with the participation of hundreds of organizations nationwide. And with this national celebration, all of the organizations like this one present a united front and shine a well-deserved spotlight on the amazing pro bono work that's done by lawyers, by paralegals, by law students, and by other legal professions across America, especially in mid-Florida. So we created this celebration in 2009 when we thought then that the need for pro bono services was sort of greater than it would ever be as a consequence of the Great Recession. And this year, of course, we face another extraordinary set of challenges resulting from largely this pandemic. The ABA is working very hard to bring state and local bar associations together in common purpose to help serve those in need. And while we anticipate all sorts of additional areas of unmet civil legal need that will require pro bono assistance, the most immediate need will be to provide help to those facing eviction. This crisis has the potential to affect 30 to 40 million people who might lose their home as a consequence of the evictions that we are potentially facing. We need pro bono lawyers to provide brief advice and both limited and full representation in eviction cases in particular. Pro bono help can ensure equitable outcomes for tenants in ADR proceedings, in diversion programs, and in settlements as well. Lawyers strive every day to expand access to justice for those in need, and the American Bar Association supports those efforts, your efforts, with our national presence, resources, and advocacy for justice as the largest, broadest based, and most prominent voluntary association of lawyers in the entire world. If you're already an ABA member, thank you for your support and involvement. And if you're not, I invite you to join us and expand your impact with our national voice on behalf of America's legal profession. Programs like Community Legal Services and all of you do the hard work of justice every day. On behalf of the American Bar Association and lawyers everywhere, thank you for all that you do. And thank you for being part of this national celebration of pro bono. Your colleagues across the country are proud of all of you, and particularly of today's honorees. Thank you.
Trish, thank you so much for those inspiring words and for joining our pro bono celebration today during Pro Bono Week. Our next speaker is former Florida Supreme Court Justice James E.C. Perry. Justice Perry was the 85th Justice of the Florida Supreme Court, serving from 2009 to 2016. He attended St. Augustine's University, graduating in 1966 with a Bachelor of Arts in Business Administration and Accounting. And after serving the U.S. Army as a first lieutenant, he went on to Columbia Law School, where he earned his Juris Doctorate degree in 1972. Justice Perry has a history of dedication to civil rights work, youth mentoring, and civic activity. As founder of the Jackie Robinson Sports Association, Justice Perry built the nation's largest baseball league for at-risk youth. Justice Perry has received numerous honors and awards, too many to mention here, in fact. So I will attempt to mention a few. In 2014 alone, he received the 3rd Annual Puerto Rican Bar Association's Moot Court Competition Award, the Key to the City of Titusville Award for recognition of his dedication and extraordinary commitment to justice, the Florida Memorial University's President's Award, and the North Brevard County Branch NAACP's Award of Appreciation for outstanding and exemplary service to this nation. Other notable honors include the Seminole County NAACP Humanitarian Award, the Orange County Chapter NAACP Paul C. Perkins Award, and the 2005 Martin Luther King Jr. Drum Major Award for Social Justice. Justice Perry was one of 4 individuals profiled in the 2005 United Negro College Fund's national broadcast of An Evening of Stars, a celebration of educational excellence. His hometown of New Bern, North Carolina, gave him the key to the city in 2005, and the Brevard and Seminole County Bar Associations presented Perry with the 2006 Williams Johnson Outstanding Jurist of the Year Award. Justice Perry was the first African-American appointed to the 18th Judicial Circuit. Governor Jeb Bush issued this statement when he appointed Justice Perry to the circuit bench in March of 2000. James brings a high level of professionalism, knowledge, and skill to the bench. His community service and commitment to the Jackie Robinson Little League demonstrates his dedication to the community. I'm confident that his expertise, strong commitment, and dedication will continue to be an asset to the 18th Judicial Circuit and the state. Justice Perry retired from the Florida Supreme Court on December 30th, 2016. Justice Perry, I'm sure I have left many things out. Thank you so much for joining us today for our celebration of pro bono. I turn the floor over to you. And I think you're muted, actually. I see you starting, but.
I didn't realize I controlled the mute button. I've been on so many Zoom calls here lately. I haven't been in control of anything. But I want to thank you for such a magnanimous introduction. I wish my mother were here to hear it. She would be very proud. My father wouldn't believe it. I am privileged to be invited here today via Zoom to spend some time with members and friends of this fine organization to honor and to congratulate the recipients of the Community Legal Service of Mid-Florida Pro Bono Award. I have an affinity for the legal services because I started my professional career as a resident Hebrew Smith fellow, and I worked in the Legal Aid Society in Georgia, the Georgia Injured Legal, they call it guilds. But so I do have an affinity for the work that you do and for the plight of the indigent people. I too probably would have been considered indigent and when I was growing up. I want to begin today with some words spoken by one of the giants of the Florida bar, whose sense of professionalism and public service was best exemplified in 1973. Serving as the president of the American Bar Association that year, he confronted the emerging constitutional crisis caused in the United States by Richard Nixon. Trish, I didn't realize that you would be here, but I saw your name on there. But Chesterfield had just become the ABA president when it first became clear that the Nixon administration was subverting the legal process in what is still remembered as the Watergate scandal. Chesterfield Smith didn't worry about challenging the actions of the most powerful human being on the planet. He did not worry about the fact that public opinion was still largely favored the president. He knew that he had the duty to be a leader of public opinion and a protector of our legal process. He saw what was at stake, the rule of law. Let me digress a bit, since this is National Pro Bono Awards Week, and this is a celebration. But show me a society where there's a rule of law and no one skilled in applying the law, and I will show you a society where the weakest among us have no chance and the strongest among us have no restraints. So you can roll with the punches and laugh at the lawyer jokes, because you know you have the ability to do great work in this world. Of course, it is not just enough to talk about the rule of law without talking about the access to courts. The two are not mutually exclusive. The fact is that you cannot have the rule of law, and you certainly cannot have the fundamental fairness if the rule of law is the tool for some and a pipe dream for others. It's fine for me to use this bullet pulpit to talk about the virtues of the rule of law as the glue that holds us together despite our conflicting interests and differing political philosophies. But the reality is that for all these fine words, the rule of law means little to the indigent man, woman, or child with a legal problem, but no legal recourse. But I don't have to pound this point home to you, because it is clear that this community of lawyers takes its commitment to public service seriously. Let's get back to Chesterfield, who without hesitancy and without convening committees, Chesterfield issued a famous statement that quickly reverberated around the United States. It begins with these words: "No man is above the rule of law." The ABA thus became the first major organization to call for the impeachment of President Nixon, ultimately leading to his resignation the following year. Chesterfield later summarized his sense of personal integrity with the aphorism, "You can do well by doing good." These words are now become the motto of the Engel Center for Professionalism in Tallahassee, which I'm proud to say is a joint project of the Florida Supreme Court and the Florida Bar. And I'm here today to advocate this same theme of professionalism at a time in our nation's history when the leadership of the organized bar is again desperately needed. We as lawyers do not practice a trade. We are a profession that has built its aspirations on the concept of civility, leadership, and public service. Each of us, when we receive our license to practice law, made an oath to work for the public good. Just as in the days of Watergate, the public discourse in this nation is full of shrill voices. Only now we live in a world where even the most ridiculous form of public debate are amplified worldwide by communication technology of the last 2 decades. Some say our society is coarsening because of it. I must admit that there are times when I am deeply troubled by obvious falsehoods, repeated millions of times on web pages and through the new social media that has become so widely popular in the last few years. Sometimes it seems that we are hearing more from angry voices than from the reasoned voices of the true leaders. I'm still somewhat mystified by communication tools with names like YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, but I can certainly see the impact they're having. To my way of thinking, there is all about more need today for calm and reasoned members of our bar organizations to again take the mantle of leadership. We can all be Chesterfield Smiths of today. We can and should work in our communities by word and deeds, demonstrate a level of professionalism that calms and restores balance to the public debate. And the best definition of professionalism I found comes from the comments in 1990 by the Chief Justice of Florida Supreme Court, Harold G. Clark. He said, professionalism differs from ethics in the sense that ethics is a minimal standard, while professionalism is the highest standard expected of all lawyers. Professionalism imposes no official sanction, it offers no official rewards, yet sanctions and rewards exist unofficially. Who faces a greater sanction than the loss of respect? Who faces a greater reward than the satisfaction of doing right for right's own sake? And to put it more succinctly, let me again quote Chesterfield Smith. You can all do well by doing good. And I'm sure that the participants and the recipients of this award are really operating in the Chesterfield Smith mantra. Thank you.
Again, Justice Perry, we are so honored to have you here with us today. Thank you for those words as we celebrate the great work done by those award winners with us today. Thank you. We're now moving on to the award presentation portion of our celebration. Our first award today is the Robert K. Rouse Jr. Pro Bono Service Award. This honor is awarded to sitting or retired judges who have demonstrated an outstanding dedication to pro bono service. Presenting the award today is its namesake, Judge Robert K. Rouse Jr. Judge Rouse was appointed as circuit judge in October of 1995 and presided over civil, probate, family, mental health, elder abuse and neglect, as well as criminal cases. Judge Rouse was elected chief judge in 1999 and in 2001 by the judges of the 7th Judicial Circuit. Prior to serving on the bench, Judge Rouse was a civil trial lawyer for 20 years and served on numerous bar committees and voluntary bar associations, including being a founding member of the Dunn-Blount American Inn of Court. Judge Rouse authored the Principles of Professionalism for Florida Judges, which was adopted by the Florida Supreme Court and all judicial conferences throughout the state. CLSMF named this award after him in 2012 in recognition of his judicial leadership and dedication to pro bono. Judge Rouse, thank you for being with us today. And I think you're muted as well.
How about now?
There we go. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for those kind words and for having me. I must say I feel like a dwarf palmetto amongst giant redwoods here in the virtual presence of these Judge Perry and Judge McNeal, for example. It is truly an honor and a pleasure to present this to Judge Raymond T. McNeal. Retired Judge Raymond McNeal began volunteering with Community Legal Services of Mid-Florida in March of 2010. Since that time, he has donated more than 1,000 hours of pro bono time, assisting more than 300 clients with legal advice and pro se assistance in family law. He has also helped countless parents complete the process to become guardian advocate for adult children with developmental disabilities. He has been available for quick consults on a broad range of legal issues for the CLSMF staff and clients. Although Judge McNeal joined the pro bono panel in 2010, his commitment to pro bono began long before then. As a circuit judge, he was recognized by Withlacoochee Area Legal Services for his efforts to engage the private bar in pro bono work way back in 1992. In 1993, he was honored again by Withlacoochee Area Legal Services for writing a guide for self-represented litigants with family law cases. He also designed and facilitated a training program for attorneys to help family law clients. In 1994, he was once again recognized for his efforts to engage the private bar in providing pro bono legal services to Withlacoochee Area Legal Services. Withlacoochee Area Legal Services, Greater Orlando Area Legal Services, and Central Florida Legal Services merged in 2004 to form Community Legal Services of Mid-Florida. Judge McNeal retired at the end of 2006 from active service as a circuit judge. And at that time, I have read, he remarked that he looked forward to doing a lot of sleeping in, but also doing some service. I don't think he's had much time to sleep in based on his Herculean efforts since that time. He did not retire from life nor from service. In addition to his work for Central Florida, for Community Legal Services of Mid-Florida, Ray is an active member of numerous civic, fraternal, and religious organizations. He is a member of the Family Law and Alternative Dispute Resolution sections of the Florida Bar and the Florida chapter of the Association of Family and Conciliation Courts. He has devoted much of his legal career and retirement to improving the practice of law and the delivery of legal services to those in need. I would point out that in 2014, Judge McNeal was the recipient of an award created by the Florida Bar and named after Judge McNeal. It is an award that is given annually that honors passionate service to the Executive Council of the Family Law section of the Florida Bar, and to someone who is marked by exemplary professionalism and courtesy. Ray is constantly working with the staff at Community Legal Services of Mid-Florida to recruit attorneys to provide pro bono legal assistance and actively participates in the fundraising efforts of the agency. He was on the committee that created the Marion County Bar Association Civil Legal Aid Fund, a foundation to support legal assistance for local citizens through Community Legal Services of Mid-Florida. In 2017, he established a legal advice clinic for the poor and homeless at the First United Methodist Church, where homeless people have been provided services and meals. A lawyer was present to provide legal advice every Tuesday morning until this pandemic made it unsafe to continue that part of the program. When asked why he does pro bono and the many other charitable works, Judge McNeal stated he was in Brazil some years ago on a mission trip, and the question was asked, "What are you going to do when you go home?" Home is a mission field also. On the plane home, he made a list. Providing pro bono legal assistance was one of the items on that list. And we're all so fortunate that it is, and that it was. Because he has been blessed beyond anything he could ever have imagined, he believes he has a moral responsibility to give back to those less fortunate. And he has certainly done that to a remarkable degree. So it is truly my privilege, honor, and pleasure to present this award to you, Judge Raymond McNeal. Congratulations, and thank you for your service.
Thank you, Judge Rouse. Am I on?
You are.
Thank you, Judge Rouse. This was an honor and a privilege to receive this award from you, named after you. I have a lot of respect for you and the work that you've done for our legal community. I want to thank Community Legal Services, especially the people I work with every day, Lena Hopkins, Margaret Harrell, and Iris Castro, who make this job fun, make it worthwhile. And the clients that we serve are so appreciative, and they fill your heart with joy knowing that you've been able to help them through a rough period of their lives. And so it's with great humility that I accept this award. Thank you very much.
Congratulations, Judge McNeal. Thank you for all of the work you do. Our next award is the Belvin Perry Legacy of Justice Award. This honor goes to a lawyer within CLSMF's service area that not only impacts clients' lives, but also elevates CLSMF's pro bono program by training other lawyers, serving as mentors, or creating projects to serve clients. Presenting the award this year is also its namesake, Judge Belvin Perry Jr. Judge Perry began his legal career in 1977 in the state attorney's office. He quickly rose through the ranks, concluding his service as chief assistant state attorney in 1989, when he became the first African-American elected to the circuit bench of the 9th Judicial Circuit without first being appointed. He served as judge for nearly 25 years and served 9 terms as chief judge of the 9th Judicial Circuit. Judge Perry received his Bachelor of Science in History from Tuskegee University in 1972 and a Master of Education in Student Personnel Services in 1974. He earned his Juris Doctorate degree from Thurgood Marshall School of Law in 1977. Judge Perry has earned multiple accolades throughout his legal career, including being recognized several times as the 20 most powerful people in Orlando by Orlando Magazine, and in 2011 was recognized by Ebony Magazine as one of their Power 100. He's also earned the 2009 Llabona Jurist of the Year and Central Florida Chapter of the American Board of Trial Advocates 2009 Trial Judge of the Year. Judge Perry also received the Hispanic Bar Association of Central Florida's 2005 Jurist of the Year Award. Judge Perry, thank you for being with us today.
Thank you very much. The Belvin Perry Legacy of Justice Award is presented to an outstanding lawyer within community legal services service area that not only impacts a client's life, but also elevates Central Florida Legal Services Pro Bono program by training other lawyers, serving as a mentor, or creating projects to serve clients. Pamela R. Masters began volunteering with Community Legal Services in 2016. By participating at weekly legal advice clinics and providing extended representation to clients. During those clinics, she saw the need to offer collaborative divorces for the clients of Community Legal Services. In February of 2018, Pam partnered with Community Legal Services and held a free introduction to collaborative divorce seminar to recruit legal volunteers. In May of 2018, she assisted our first client with a collaborative divorce. Through Pam's dedication to pro bono, the collaborative divorce project continues to grow today. This year, the project expanded to provide collaborative divorce services to all of the Community Legal Services counties. Attorney Masters has donated everyone more than 600 hours of her time to assist clients. She not only provides assistance to clients, but she also assembles collaborative divorce teams. Pam also trains lawyers and mentors lawyers in the collaborative divorce process, encouraging them to donate their time also. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we present this award to attorney Pam Masters for her unwavering commitment to advancing justice for low-income individuals through pro bono service. We celebrate her dedication to providing pro bono assistance through expanding the collaborative divorce project, her continuous assistance at various clinics, and her representation of clients in family law matters. Attorney Masters has truly impacted the residents of our service area. Congratulations to attorney Pam Masters.
Thank you, Judge Perry. We're on Zoom, but I have to show everyone. We were live. You could see how pretty this award is. I appreciate you, Judge Perry, for your lifetime of dedicated service that has inspired so many, including myself. First, in this time, I have to acknowledge in this time of long overdue racial reckoning and attention to social justice, that I'm able to do any of the work I do because I was very lucky. I was lucky enough to be born into an upper middle class white family, and I've been afforded so many opportunities solely and simply because of that status. Truly nothing I have done, given where I come from, is remarkable or worthy of being singled out or recognized in any way. So I find myself really uncomfortable at events like these, even virtually, because to whom much is given, much is expected. It's as simple as that for me. I think that the people who should be receiving awards are those folks that we're working to help, actually, the economically disadvantaged, the Black and brown victims of lifetimes of racial and economic injustice, the single moms and dads, scraping by, working 2 jobs, trying their best to raise their children, victims of domestic violence. All these folks, they just keep putting one foot in front of the other day after day in the circumstance in which they find themselves. And so I would like to honor and recognize those people today and not me. I wish they could be here. But since you all insist on recognizing me and asked me to give some brief remarks about why I do what I do, I'd just like to say 2 things. Number 1, I do the work that I do, and I started doing the work that I do over 30 years ago. I know it's hard to believe, as a newly minted lawyer, because someone made me do it. They mentored or modeled for me. They asked. Sometimes it's as simple as asking someone. They directed and they encouraged. And I think we should all be doing the same. That's one of the things that motivates me to keep building programs. So the second thing I'd like to say is that I call this work heart work, not hard H-A-R-D work, but heart H-E-A-R-T work. Our highest calling is to love and serve, to do social justice work, in other words. And all of us need help using the full measure of our hearts and finding our paths to service. So it's sort of like that old saying about only using 10% of our brains. I think many of us only use 10% of our hearts. And so this work allows me to use more. It teaches me to love in ways that inspire action, to extend myself in the service of others. It teaches me to love more deeply and more courageously. Make no mistake about it, it's not soft and sweet, it's a ferocious kind of love. It's the kind of love that it takes to keep going when you're bone weary, or the kind of heart it takes to wade into the ugly of domestic violence and try to help someone. The kind of heart it takes to say yes over and over and over, even when it means saying no to something that you might rather be doing. It's the kind of love that enables you to listen with empathy to the most heartbreaking of stories. People just want to be heard and cared about. It's the kind of heart that it takes to convince your law firm that 100 less billable hours a year in the name of pro bono service is worthwhile. And it's the kind of heart it takes to reject cultural messages that we all get about making more money so we can have more stuff. Well, I don't want more stuff. I just want to learn to use more of my heart. So I am so grateful to Community Legal Services for providing me the opportunity to do this work, for, my gosh, Lena, listening to my crazy idea and saying yes over and over and over again. That was really courageous and open-hearted. And I'm so grateful for the recognition for this award. So I'm grateful, but please don't ever do it again. Thank you.
Congratulations, Pam, and thank you for the work you do. We appreciate your pro bono service. Our next award is the Timothy A. Moran Champion of Justice Award. This award honors young lawyers in our service area who have dedicated themselves to access to justice and providing invaluable service to vulnerable Central Floridians. We're lucky enough to have a 3rd namesake with us today to present their award. Presenting the Timothy A. Moran Champion of Justice Award today is Timothy A. Moran. Tim graduated cum laude from the University of Florida Levin College of Law in 2009, and since then has been a dedicated advocate, having donated over 1,000 hours in pro bono services to CLSMF. He never turns us down when we ask him to take a case or work a clinic, and very often we have to tell him that we don't have anything for him. Tim's dedication to providing high-quality legal services to our clients is a shining example of what it means to serve our communities. CLSMF honored Tim with this award in 2017 in recognition of the impact our young lawyers have in our community. Tim, thank you for all that you do.
My pleasure, Claude, and thank you for kind words and for a decade plus of kindness. thank you all. The Timothy A. Moran Champion of Justice Award is presented to a young lawyer in the CLSMF service area who contributes significantly to pro bono services. That, without a doubt, means Victoria Zinn, who through her practice of estate planning, probate, and real estate has made a contribution to pro bono work in the state of Florida. What's obvious about Victoria upon speaking with her and meeting her is that she is the embodiment of what pro bono work is about. She was admitted into the bar on the 20th of September, 2019, and began to do pro bono work on the 21st of October, 2019. Her first pro bono experience was the annual walk-in clinic that Claude was talking about before, that we do every year. And as my fellow pro bono attorney and staff brothers and sisters know, the pro bono walk-in clinic is trial by fire. Victoria, in her first year, has done 100 hours. That includes full rep phone advice clinics, virtual clinics, phone advice, and she has assisted 30 clients. What makes Victoria exemplary is that when I talked to her a bit before the ceremony, she told me that she lives for the transformation that she sees in her clients. They come into her office sad and despairing and leave smiling and relieved because they know she can help them. Victoria conveys that she always wants to give back to community legal because it's allowed her to reach people that she couldn't reach and broaden her horizons and do things that she wouldn't otherwise be able to do. That's a sentiment that I share and have echoed every day for the past 11 years. And that's why it's my honor to present Victoria Zinn the Timothy L. Moran Champion of Justice Award. Thank you, Victoria.
Thank you, Tim. And it's with great humility that I accept the award that bears the namesake of such a role model in our community and someone who is such a positive, upbeat person with such a big smile that always makes everybody else around him smile. It is a true honor, and the honor is truly mine to be able to work with folks who come to our offices, as Tim said, just so desperately needing help with so little hope, and to see them light up as if suddenly this spark of hope and the future just is ignited within them. And it's so rewarding to see the resolution of so many sleepless nights and desperate attempts to resolve their issues. It is such a true honor to be able to assist them. And of course, I must say thank you to Community Florida Legal Services because of the opportunity that you have given me. I've found mentors and friends alike here, and I don't think I would have so much mentorship as early in my career had I not found you guys. So I'd just like to say to do the right thing because it's the right thing to do is something I've always modeled my life after, and I fully intend to continue. And again, I thank you so much for considering me for this award, and I thank Community Florida Legal Services.
Thank you, Victoria, for your work and your dedication. You set an example for young lawyers across our entire service area. Our next honor is the Community Legal Services of Mid-Florida Law Firm of the Year Award. This award goes to law firms in our service area that have a dedicated firm-wide effort to provide access to justice through pro bono services. Presenting the award today is Kevin Ross-Andino. Kevin currently serves as the president of the CLSMF Board of Directors and has served on our board since 2018. Kevin's the founder and managing partner of Eclat Law. I hope I said that right, Kevin. A firm he started on his journey to seek justice for all by creating a law firm with the vision of empowering the success of his clients, especially those that cannot defend themselves, to ensure that justice is available to everyone. He's also the founder of Eclat Law's Foundation for Community Action, a 501c3 organization dedicated to empowering the community through awareness of the causes of its civic partners and investment in their individual visions. Thank you for being with us today, Kevin.
Thank you, Claude. I have the honor of presenting the Law Firm of the Year, and I got to tell you, I'm excited about this one. You know, I've been a lawyer for, don't want to tell you how old I am, but over 25 years, and I hear many lawyers talk about pro bono and just really give lip service to it. Carlos Leach has been a champion, not only for pro bono, but for our organization for over 10 years. In fact, in 2009, when he was a partner at another firm, he helped us to develop our wage claim project. Not only did he help develop the process by which the community legal services would provide that service to our clients, he provided training and CLE materials and trained over 50 lawyers so that we can do this and provide this type of service to our clients. And he has supported it all throughout the years. It is no wonder when Carlos started his own firm in 2017 that he instilled that in his firm and in his attorneys in his firm and the people of his firm. The Leach firm has dedicated over 1,000 hours of pro bono time to our clients at CLMFF, and they have trained and continued to monitor projects with us. They have handled over 300 cases for the firm. It's my distinct pleasure, Carlos, to give your firm this award and to thank you for your many years of service and your continued service.
Thank you very much, Kevin Ross-Andino. I appreciate those kind words. I echo the sentiments of the award winners prior to me today. It is indeed a pleasure and an honor to be surrounded by such greatness. Many of the presenters and award winners here today carry a resume that bears a long look and much respect. So again, thank you for all of you all for the award. I've got to say, I didn't really realize that either myself or my firm had been involved with community legal services for over 10 years. It seems like it's only been a few years. So I was quite surprised to hear that it's been over 10 years now. Approximately 10 years ago, there was a lady who showed up in my office and sat down with me and explained to me how our firm did, or at that time was with another firm. She explained that I did good work in the community and I was going to help community legal services with some of the people that needed work. Then that was Miss Lena Hopkins. And I tell you, she was very convincing, like she can be. But once we got started with the program, we haven't looked back. In fact, it's been a way of our practice now. It's just something that we do, we expect to do, and we take pride in it. One of the reasons why we continue to help people out is that when you speak to them over the phone and you realize some of the issues that are going on in their lives, many of these people are at a time in their lives or at a crossroad where they really need help. And unfortunately, they don't have the resources to go hire fancy law firms or go up against some of the bigger firms that represent the employers that took advantage of them and let them go for various reasons. So when we hear their situations and we hear the hurt that's going on over the phone, that drives as the reason or inspiration that we help these people out. So I will continue to be involved with community legal services, and so will my law firm. But it's an honor to continue to be a part of the process. So thank you again for this award, but I definitely appreciate on behalf of my firm to be involved with community legal services.
Carlos, thank you for your dedication and the inspired leadership of the Leach firm. Our next award is the Judge Carol Engel Draper Osceola County Teen Court Award. This award is named in honor of Judge Draper, who was instrumental in establishing the Osceola County Teen Court program. Teen Court is a voluntary diversion program for juvenile court or school suspension and provides a structured environment in which the words and actions of youth who admit their wrongful acts are evaluated and judged by a jury of their peers. This award goes to those lawyers who dedicate their time to this program and the youth that it serves. Presenting the award today is Judge Christina Rendis. Judge Rendis received her Juris Doctorate from the Barry University Duano Andreas School of Law in 2006. Prior to being sworn in as a judge for the Ninth Circuit in 2019, Judge Rendis was a dedicated pro bono volunteer with CLSMF and continues to be an advocate for the work we do. In 2012, she was honored with the Osceola County Teen Court Adult Volunteer of the Year Award, the Judge Carol Engel Draper Teen Court Pro Bono Volunteer of the Year Award in 2015, and in 2018, she received the iDignity Osceola Service Leadership Award. In 2018, when she was also awarded the Belvin Perry Legacy of Justice Award, she had these remarks to say. Giving back to others is a concept that has resonated with me from a very young age. When I took the oath to become an attorney, I swore I will never reject from any consideration personal to myself the cause of the defenseless or oppressed. As a legal professional, I believe that we have an obligation to provide that assistance, and I'm honored that I have the ability to do so. Judge Arendas, thank you so much for joining us today and presenting this award.
Thank you so much for having me. Clearly, there are tremendous people on this video today, both recipients as well as presenters, and so I'm just honored to be a part of this. It's also my honor to present this award to my dear friend, Lorena Cardama. We have known each other for numerous years, have worked alongside each other. For those of you that don't know, Ms. Cardama actually started with the Osceola Teen Court Program as a teenager. And she started that back in 1998 and has continued to provide services through the Teen Court Program even after becoming an attorney, and now serves as a teen court judge. She dedicates her time to teaching young teenagers how to value the opportunities that they are provided and leads them in the right direction in pursuing careers. She is also highly involved in her community. She's the founder of Cardama Law Firm, PA. She has dedicated 13 years of her career assisting clients in divorce, paternity, child support, and adoption matters. She has received numerous awards for her services and believes that you can accomplish anything you set your mind to, which I wholeheartedly agree on. Ms. Cardama is a co-author of a book and the creator of a social media podcast where she provides advice to women and interviews female lawyers on how they can become successful themselves. In addition to all her accomplishments, she is a proud mother of 6 children now, Lorena? Yes, 6 children, and a wife to her wonderful husband. It is my absolute honor to present Lorena Cardama with the 2020 Judge Carol Engel Draper Teen Court Award for your dedicated commitment to pro bono service with the Osceola County Teen Court Program. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Christina. And it's true, we have been dear friends all the way through law school, so I really am blessed that it was you who was able to present this award to me. So thank you. I also want to thank everybody who's on here. I didn't realize how many people were on here because you only see a small window in your screen. So thank you, everybody. It is a great honor to receive this award. Teen Court has been a part of my life, as Christine said, since 1998. I started there as a volunteer teen, and it impacted me, and I saw the impacts that it did on other children. So it's my pleasure to act as a teen court judge now. I take great pride in what I do there because I see the young minds that come in, either because they're volunteers, the teen volunteers, or even the defendants who have committed errors. And I take it to where this is not a defining moment for them. It's just a mistake. And what I do when I'm there as a judge is I take time to speak to all of them individually. It's not just here's your sentence and get out of the courtroom. It's let's talk about what it is. How is this impacting you and your future? And try to teach them that this one thing can either continue to lead them in the wrong direction or continue to lead them in the right direction. And that's a choice that they make. That's why I am a strong believer that no matter what you set your mind to, you can accomplish, whether it be positive or whether it be negative. And I have seen a lot of the teen court volunteers grow up to be adults now because I've been doing it for so many years. Some of them have even come and volunteered in my law firm to learn hands-on experience. It is our duties, not just as attorneys, but as adults, to help the maturing minds understand consequences and understand positive paths in their lives. So I will continue to be a teen court volunteer as long as they continue to accept me, because I love seeing the impact that it does on young children and where it leads them in their careers. And some of them, I believe, have also become attorneys. So that's a wonderful thing. So thank you again from the bottom of my heart. I am very honored to accept this award.
Thank you so much for your dedication, Lorena. The next set of awards we have are the Attorney of the Year awards for each of our 12 counties. Introducing these awards is Celia Thacker-Dorn. Celia is another of our dedicated board members, joining our board in 2019 and chairing our Delivery of Legal Services Committee. Celia also serves on the Florida Bar Young Lawyer Division's Board of Governors for the Ninth Circuit and has been with the City of Kissimmee since 2015 as an Assistant City Attorney. Celia, thank you so much for your dedicated board service and for being with us today.
Thank you, Claude. It is my privilege today to present the Pro Bono Attorney of the Year Award, which is presented to an attorney from each of the 12 counties that CLSMF serves. The award recognizes outstanding pro bono service, and these recipients donate their time to help impact clients' lives by participating in clinics, providing extended representation to clients, training lawyers, and creating projects to help CLSMF expand its reach to serve the community. We are proud to introduce the 2020 Pro Bono Attorneys of the Year.
It's an honor and a privilege to receive this recognition from Community Legal Services of Mid-Florida, but the work is reward enough in itself. Special thanks to Lena, Cody, Japonica, Martha, Margaret, Miguel, and the countless others who do a wonderful job at Community Legal under the capable leadership of Jeff Hart. 2020 has been a tough year, even tougher for the vulnerable populations served by Community Legal Services. I have a particular soft spot for veterans, widows of veterans, and the disabled. Who wouldn't want to take a couple hours of their time to help the trajectory of somebody's life? My work is simple blocking and tackling. I act as the force that opposes the indignity and the injustice that these folks receive from time to time through our civil justice system. Something can be achieved when you get on the phone and say, "Hi, I'm Dave, I'm an attorney. Is there another way we can work this out with my client?" But you know this. If you're watching this video already, I suspect that you're part of the solution set. You're part of the Community Legal Services team. So today, I ask that you please reach out to another attorney or two in your network and ask them what they're doing about their pro bono obligations and introduce them to Community Legal Services as well. Let's face the challenge of this tough year by finishing stronger, by making our community stronger. And again, thank you again to Community Legal Services for this spectacular recognition. I thank you indeed.
Thank you, Community Legal Services of Mid-Florida. This is an honor and a privilege. Totally not necessary. I love serving you, and I love that you serve the citizens of Florida. I really appreciate this, and I look forward to working with you in the future. Thank you.
Everyone, I'm Czaya, and my practice is based primarily in Citrus County. I first want to thank Community Legal Services of Mid-Florida for this award and for all of the good that they do. It's been my pleasure to assist them whenever I can these past few years. I also want to thank the other Pro Bono Award recipients for all of the great work that you do. People need our help now more than ever due to the coronavirus pandemic, and we in the legal community are in a unique position to assist them. Many in our community are currently suffering, medically and financially, and even a little bit of kindness and generosity with our time, money, and advice can go a very long way. Providing pro bono legal services can help restore the public's faith in their legal community and help close the gap in accessibility to justice.
Hey everybody, I want to thank everybody at Community Legal Services for the very nice recognition award that I've received for this year for pro bono work. But I also want to reach out and say thank you to everybody at Community Legal Services for what you do, and also many other private practitioners such as myself that do pro bono work throughout the year, and particularly this year when everybody's been hit so hard due to to the economic crisis from the coronavirus. A lot of people have lost their jobs, their mortgages, their homes, and found themselves in situations that they never would have expected. And that certainly put a lot of pressure to assist in pro bono areas in Putnam County and every county in the state of Florida. So I appreciate everybody's efforts. Keep up the good work, and we will see you soon. Thanks.
Hello, I am Pat Mueller. I practice in Lake County. Thank you, Community Legal Services of Mid-Florida, for this award. I was greatly and pleasantly surprised to receive recognition as Lake County Pro Bono Attorney of the Year. Margaret will tell you I try to respond to her emails soliciting my services with a yes, I can help the client if I'm able to do so. I hope that every will or advance directive I have prepared or any real estate problem I may have been able to solve for these clients is truly helpful. Again, thank you for the award. I truly appreciate the recognition.
Hello everyone, this is attorney Rick Peck from Peck Law Firm over in Spring Hill, Florida. I'm definitely honored to have received the Pro Bono Attorney of the Year for Hernando County this year. We were able to partner with Angela Makeley, the consumer attorney for CLSMF, to put on a handful of pretty well attended outreach programs out in the community here in Hernando County, where we were able to provide a lot of information on consumer issues and got a lot of positive feedback. COVID threw us for a little curveball. We basically had to hit the emergency brake on doing those outreaches, but I know the plan is to push forward with them in 2021 and look forward to spreading more information in the community so people can be a little more empowered to address some situations that they encounter.
We are humbled by the service provided by each of our county attorneys of the year. Thank you all for the service you provide to our clients. Finally, we would like to recognize the work of all of our volunteers. Last year, we had 138 lawyers, in addition to those you've heard from today, volunteer their time with us. Our volunteer lawyers assisted in full representation matters, legal advice clinics, document drafting, and legal training and mentoring, just to name a few. And we're continuing to create new ways for lawyers to volunteer with us. There are too many to recognize individually today, but they are too important to the work we do to not honor them here. To all our dedicated pro bono volunteers and advocates, thank you for the work you do to serve the most vulnerable in our communities. And with that, we conclude the awards and recognition portion of our celebration today. Thank you all for joining us in celebrating our pro bono heroes. Leaving us with closing remarks this afternoon is our CEO, Jeff Harvey. Jeff has been with CLSMF since 2015 and became CEO earlier this year. Jeff?
Thank you, Claude. Good afternoon, and thank you all for attending. Pro bono work and the work that you all do is important because it truly makes a difference. If you ask most law students why they went to law school, they will almost always say to make a difference. And there's no better way to make a difference than taking a pro bono case. And for those of you that have continued that dream since law school, we really, truly appreciate it. Justice O'Connor has said that the public service marks the difference between a business and a profession. And while businesses can afford to focus solely on profits, a profession cannot. It must devote itself first to the community that it is responsible to serve. And in line with the points that have been made by Justice Perry today, I really believe that a lawyer's job is essentially vending the law. Unlike any other profession or job where the product or service being provided is created by some other member of the private sector, the law is created by the community acting through the state to produce a good law, to produce public good. And we as lawyers have been entrusted to dispense and distribute these benefits. Rather than a relationship between a private producer and a private consumer, lawyers are the trustees in this relationship between the state and the citizens. In a nation that aspires to liberty and justice for all, access to a lawyer cannot be reserved for only those who can afford it. I've had the privilege very recently with meeting of meeting with Jim Sandman, who is the former president of the Legal Services Corporation. And if you ever get an opportunity to hear him speak, I suggest you do so. He's got a lot of great one-liners that you don't want to miss. But he says something when he speaks about pro bono that really stood out to me, and I think given today's date is probably very appropriate. He says that funding for legal services on an annual basis is less than Americans spend each year on Halloween costumes for their pets. And if we're ever going to bridge this justice gap, it will absolutely require participation and involvement of pro bono lawyers. So my question is always, how do we encourage more pro bono lawyers? Well, as the CEO of this amazing organization, a not-for-profit, I would be remiss if I didn't take the opportunity to ask for something from all of you that are in attendance today. And I'm not asking for money, but if anyone's disappointed by that, I'm sure Lena will be willing to speak with you after this. How did the pro bono attorneys who were honored today get involved? Just like Attorney Pam Masters said during her remarks, somebody told them about us and we asked them to help. So what I would ask you today is two things. First, please share your experiences with other lawyers. Let them know about the stories of the people that you have assisted and how life-changing this work really is. And second, and more importantly, let them know about the opportunities that we have here at Community Legal, the opportunities that we have to live up to our responsibility as lawyers and to impact those that are most vulnerable in our communities. Once again, on behalf of the organization and its board of directors, I want to congratulate all the award winners, thank all the presenters, and thank everyone for attending. Have a good rest of the day and a good weekend.